what's tonight for? If this team get beat, we in the final four.
He's a poor man LeBron, bro, when it comes to trades. It's like you guys look at, KD went to go
down 3 games, it's a quick sweep.
Not cap if you want to. Cap if you want to. Cap if you want to.
You know what's in me.
When I said that they let James Harden do the same thing and let Kevin Durant do the same thing, and they're essentially letting James Harden do the same thing again.
I said Kevin Durant should have took a 50-50 blame, and Westbrook should have took a 50-50 blame too.
But motherfucking down. All right, couldn't get my camera on in time. Sorry, forgive a nigga. That's a nigga's story of his life. Forgive a nigga. I'm tired.
What up, dog?
Forgive the shirts, man. I'm just not beat right now. All right. That's how I feel.
That's how you feel.
That's how I feel. All right. How everybody doing this beautiful ass Monday? We back with the boys. We in the building.
Pretty good, man.
About to tear it up on that episode. Why is my mouse all the way back there? How you guys feeling?
We lit. We here, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Me and Boo had some chicken backstage. It was great.
Oh, for no.
You know what I mean?
No, Boo always got the chicken backstage.
Absolutely.
I had the matching this time. You feel me? With my own chicken. You know what I mean? Yeah.
We toasted the wings. My life.
Yeah, feel me.
Clapped them up. You know what I mean? Beautiful Monday, though.
You know what I mean? Real family over here, man. Come on.
Only the family. Oh, yo!
You know.
You know.
You know what I mean? Be that guy over there, man. Stop playing.
Man.
You heard him. Sorry, I'm still over here getting my life together a little bit. All right. The NBA season has started. Some teams started out hot, some teams started out slow, some surprises. Who the fuck knows? All right. Ooh. Okay. Fucking up a little bit over here. Gotta get the multi-screen going. All right. All right. I'm a little settled in now. I'm a little awakened. Thank you, Mooch. I ain't too tired to get them in. All right, fuck y'all. I don't know what the fuck y'all mean. I ain't too tired to get them shits in. You feel me?
It wouldn't be the same without it, man. Come on, yes, sir.
Get those shits in there, okay? All right. So basketball started last
Tuesday.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, boy. All right, so we just gonna run through the games real quick, just a little bit, because there has been some games. So opening night, we had we kind of talked about this last year. We had Knicks versus Boston, and we had Timberwolves versus the Lakers. Boston beat the Knicks, Lakers beat the Timberwolves. Any surprises there, guys?
I was a little surprised with the Timberwolves losing to the Lakers. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even more surprised that Bronny played. I didn't think he was going to play.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to play either.
But he checked in. They got a standing ovation. Crowd went crazy. But, I mean, hey. The Lakers is playing some solid basketball right now. JJ might look like he actually knows what he's doing. It's early. This all can crumble because, they did start off 10-0 one year and then barely made the playoff. I'm just saying, hey, they look pretty cool right now,
What?
Yeah, I wasn't surprised. I was kind of surprised how flat New York looked opening night. They looked kind of flat. But overall, no, I wasn't shocked by none of the outcomes. I think the Timberwolves, they was gonna take a little. They're gonna take a little time to adjust to the losing a player like Cat, and incorporating Julius Randle into their mix. So, yeah, not surprised.
All right, day 2, which was last Wednesday, we had a slate of games. I see a couple I want to talk about, but run through and we had the Pacers beat the Pistons 115-109.
Should have been, even though Tyrese was ass during that game.
Yep, Pascal Siakam had game high for the Pacers. The Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Raptors 136-106. Bucks beat 76ers 124-109. Magic beat the Heat 116-97. The Hawks beat the Nets 120-116. Pelicans beat the Bulls 123-111. The Hornets beat the Rockets 110-105. Grizzlies beat the Jazz 126-124. Warriors beat the Trailblazers 140-104. And then the Suns beat the Clippers 116-113 in an overtime.
Yeah, that was a really good game. It was a really good game.
So, did Lonzo play this first game?
Yes, he did.
He did, right? I remember him saying Lonzo was back. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see something real quick. All right, Lonzo Ball had 4 points, right? Nope, 5.
5 points.
5 points in his return. How did that make you feel, Mulich?
I mean, you got to work your way back into the system. I'm just happy to see, get out of yet another game healthy, honestly, bro. Like, that's one thing coming back from, a really strong and really big injury, multiple injuries, having multiple surgeries, is you just want to see how well he can move, right? You want to see how well he can move laterally, how well he can move front, back, right? How well he can cut, how well he can jump, land on his on his knees and on his ligaments without wincing or without feeling any kind of pain, right? Is he limited? Is he restricted in any kind of way, right? I think as athletes, especially basketball players, the shot's always going to be there, right? There are certain things that just don't leave you as a player, but when you experience an injury like that, sometimes it's hard to come back and be the type of player that you want to be. Sometimes you got to adjust to be a different kind of player. So it's just interesting to see how he's adjusting. It's dope to see how the game is coming to him. He's still, definitely still super smart, still really skilled as a player. So I'm just excited for his progress.
Boy.
Yeah, same. It's been 3 years since Lonzo hooped, almost.
It's 1,016 days total.
So close to 3 years. Yeah, I'm just glad to see him hooping, honestly. Like, not too many real expectations for him right now. I think as the season progresses, as long as he don't have any setbacks, I think he can return to form for sure. Last time we seen him, he was looking like one of the best point guards in the game. So I think that's a reality for him. So.
All right, we had another guy return for the first time last year, and that was Ja Morant. Ja Morant. 22, 10, and 5. How we feeling on Ja Morant being back, Mulich?
It's a really solid stat line. I know that he, tweaked his ankle, on this, first game back. But I mean, hey, shoot, he, like I said, pretty solid stat line. Him as well, working his way back into trying to get to where he was at. Another young superstar, another young phenom that, took the league by storm. But, he had the situation with the firearm, and then, he gets hurt the next year after that. So it's just another guy who needs to, get his basketball legs back under and make sure that he can stay healthy. Try to be more controlled and in the cylinder, work on his footwork a little bit more. I think that's the reason why he kept rolling his ankle in that first game. I said the same thing for Steph this past week or yesterday when he did the same thing. So there's just a lot of things that, once you're out of the sport for a little bit, whether it's a month, whether it's a few years, there are some things that you do kind of miss and do kind of need to tune up and, tighten up before you get back to that full throttle of self. So it looks pretty good, still explosive as hell, right? Still athletic as all hell, still can't shoot. So there's that, still can get to the rack whenever he wants. But it's clear that the Grizzlies missed him. So it's just going to be interesting to see how his season plays out. And with all these athletes getting shot out here, I think John might have been on. All I'm saying, I'm not saying he was right. He may have been on to something, though. That's all I'm saying. Because he never liked it.
Better shut back. Good to see Ja back. I mean, kind of like Moose said, he just got to probably it's kind of one of them things you fear with a player like that. Like he's always landing wrong or moving too fast, things of that nature. Just it's more like an explosive problem, I guess. Like when you're that explosive, it becomes you're too fast for your own good type of deal, I guess. But yeah, I mean, glad to see him back. Just hope he can stay healthy for the season.
All right, another guy that returned, LaMelo Ball. You feel me? LaMelo put up 34, 11, and 8. How we feeling about that, Mooch?
LaMelo, man, hey, LaMelo might be coming for some heads this year, man. I don't know if him being back makes the Hornets true competitors, but I do know him being back makes them that much better. With they got Bridges over there still, just with the moves that they acquired. They're not a bad team. They're not a super good team like everybody thought they were going to be with the extension of Miles, Bridges and everything like that. But when I look at them play, they're not a bad team, right? They play pretty solid defense. They're really, really good offensively, especially if you let them get going when it comes to 3-point shooting, right? Because Bridges can shoot. Grant Williams over there, he can also shoot as well. LaMelo can, he hit 9 threes the other night. So when he gets hot, the sky's the limit. So I'm excited just to see this young team kind of get together, gel together, and just to see what they got, see what they can put together on the floor with the whole team that's actually healthy. But LaMelo looks really good. Looks like he hasn't lost a step at all. I didn't really expect him to look or be somebody that needed to catch up or needed to kind of fine tune his skills. He's played so much basketball in his lifetime that at every single level that he's just kind of the guy that comes in and is going to come in ready to work in the coming season. Yeah, it's good to see him back out there. And yeah, shoot, hey, look out because LaMelo, he's back, bro, and he's coming for a vengeance, dog.
What?
Yeah, Melo, to me, I ain't gonna say I'm excited to watch the Hornets. I mean, I think it's gonna be a lot of bad basketball from what I'm seeing. I like Melo. I even like Brandon Miller. I think he's a good young player too. I just don't know what they're doing in Charlotte, honestly. Like, I just think that's just a young team. They might have some games where they kind of exciting to watch. I think LaMelo, like in that same situation, I'm looking at Cade being in. Just on a bad team with no real direction. Yeah, I think Melo, though, for the most part, though, is back. As long as he can stay healthy, he's going to be, in that type of conversation. Is he better than a Trae Young or whatever? Like, he's going to be in those type of talks.
All right, the third night of basketball bringing some more good games. All right, run through them and we'll talk about some of them. This is Thursday the 24th. We got Celtics beating the Wizards 122-102. We got the Mavericks beating the Spurs 120-109. We got the Timberwolves beating the Kings 117-115. We got the Thunder smacking the Nuggets 102-87. Now let's talk about this motherfucking. I don't want to talk about that one. I want to talk about the Mavs game. Boo up. Let me get it real quick. Hold on. Klay Thompson. Wow. Because you know that's what we want to know. Klay finished with 16, 3 steals, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 6 for 10 from 3. Not bad. What do you think about Klay's performance on his new team, Boo up?
Kind of what I expected for the most part. He's gonna come out with a little, something to prove.
A little bit.
Yeah, like he gonna come with that right now. Like, so I'm not shocked by nothing he's doing right now. Honestly, I thought he was gonna be pretty solid anyway. Better. I wouldn't say so much as better looks. I just think he's going to be asked to do, like, he's not needing to drop 20 a night over there.
Well, he did. He dropped 22 points. And that's
I know.
plus minus 16. Sorry, that's my fault.
No, that's something I kind of expect from Klay. I think he's gonna average about 17, 18 a night.
Moolich. Gotta get to the Golden State fan. What's up?
You know what, man? It's blurred, but y'all see the flag back in the background. Shoot, hey, shout out to Klay, man. Shoot, you got your money. I know a lot of people were just trying to talk shit about his preseason, numbers and shit like that. But hey, he's looking good. Like Buwap said, he's not going to be asked to do a lot over there, like he was asked to do in San Francisco. Because mainly they got defenders for that, right? They got PJ Washington, they got Daniel Gafford. They can throw Maxi Kleber in there too as well, just for defense. Likely in the middle. So he's not going to be asked to bolster down the wings and at the same time go to the opposite side of the floor and drop 25, 26, 27, 28 points a game. So he's going to get more quality looks. He's just going to get a lot more spacing, and just shoot, and able to play, I guess, the way he wants to play. He got that starting role, which is ultimately what he wanted to stay into. So yeah, shoot, hey, he looks good. Shout out to Klay Thompson, man. Shoot, miss you, dog.
All right, the last game from that day I want to touch on is OKC beating the brakes off of Denver. Jokic had 16, 13, and 12. You feel me?
There was an anonymous OKC player that said that Jamal Murray is easy to guard. I don't know who that was, but they said it was anonymous, and they said that
well, he had 12 points, 4 for 13 last night.
They said he's not
last night in this game. He's not like that. I said that. I used to say that to a particular someone that used to be on the show, but nobody wanted to listen. I was just called the hater.
Also true. That's also true. I mean, hey, at least you can say you've been consistent, right? But
hey, my boo told me today. She said, "Hey, you like consistency?" I said, "Yes, I do."
Mm-hmm.
All right, got to stay consistent all the way through.
But I mean, they're going to go through some growing pains. They're going to go through some adjustments. Roster definitely looks different. But of course, we know the Nuggets, they're going to get it together. Shouldn't be too worried about them. But I don't see them making a strong push in the playoffs. But like I said, it's still early. We'll see. Shit. And Mike Malone might have them boys, rough and rowdy like he has them every single year. But yeah, definitely going to need a stronger showing from the two stars on the team, and Jokic and Murray. And, Porter's, of course, going to have to step up as well. 15 points, 3 of 10 from 3. That's can't have that. And then, yeah, I know a lot of people are expecting like super big things from Aaron Gordon because he just got that contract. But I mean, like he's playing his role, guys. Got to relax. But yeah, no, I don't expect Denver to be down for long. They're going to figure it
out. I don't know, bro. Like, I'm kind of worried about Denver, honestly, because they didn't get better. Like a lot of the teams in the Western Conference kind of did, or added some things to their team. I mean, Denver added to me the number one scapegoat in the NBA right now, which is Russell Westbrook.
True.
You put him on your team, you just, like, to most people, you're saying you don't want to win. So, I mean, I'm not in love with it. Like, I was never in love with Russ going there because I just don't see a scenario where him and Jokic really work at a high level. Like, I don't know what that was about, honestly, but yeah, Denver to me, they kind of in no man's land for me. They're probably gonna make the playoffs, obviously, but like it'd probably be a first round exit from what I'm seeing.
What's your response to that, or y'all want to move on?
I mean, it's I see why he says it though, right? Because just looking at their offseason moves, like I said, there's going to be a lot of adjusting. They didn't really get better when you lose KCP. That's definitely a big move, right? That's a big piece to lose, as we've seen from the Lakers. It's viable to say, right? Like they don't really look the same. The fire isn't there. You kind of seen that in the playoffs last year where they was going against the Mavs. So I understand it. But like I said, Mike Malone, he might have them guys fiery. He might, have them get their head out of their ass. And Jamal Murray may, decide that he wants to play basketball again. And, we know Jokic is going to be consistently good. Of course, we're going to want, more consistent from Michael Jr. But, it's to me, it's really just a want thing, right? Like you won your championship, but do you want to win another one? I would say so. Just about, at least.
Yes, he's done.
Yeah, just about. Yeah, like he's probably still serviceable to give you a few assists here and there, a few points in there here and there off the bench. But I mean, as far as looking at Russ as a star or somebody who you can insert as a starter who's going to help your team win, especially in the playoffs, probably not. No.
There is no team you can start on right now.
Yeah, and we rock with Russ over here. Like we just said all those Russ narratives and shit. So
that's not true. He can start on the Pistons.
He can't start on the Pistons.
Start on the Pistons. The Pistons don't give a fuck.
That'll be severely waving away for that. What's the other guard they got on that team?
Was that Jay Nivey?
Nivey. I don't think he's mentally checked out. No,
I think mentally checked out. He'd retired already.
Yeah, I think for the most part, his style of play has never been like ideal. And in his latter part of his career, like I don't know what people are really expecting from him. Like that's what kills me. Like, yes, he can retire if he wants to, but like it's still teams that still want to pay him. So like you can't follow him still get a little bag. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like if you don't think much of him, why are you expecting much of him? What are you expecting from people? I'm just expecting him to not turn the ball. So you act like every time he's on the court, he just turns the ball over or he's just doing bonehead shit. What about the chase down blocks or the deflections? Like somebody, he's not always a negative. I'm just confused. Like
plays high IQ basketball players getting the helping the team with space and getting his teammates open. With passes, right? Setting up his teammates for good shots. Like there's a lot, of course, that I'm saying that he can do. It's just on a starting level or on a championship level, no. And like I said, love Russ, right? Appreciate everything he's brought and done for the game. It's just players get old, shit, and I think he understands the writing on the wall. And this is an opportunity to go to a team that has a lot of young guards, not just Jamal Murray, but they do got, I think, Julian Strother from UNC over there. So I mean, he's a really good young guard coming out of college. So trying to develop him, but a lot of times these guys just go to these places for veteran status. To help be locker room guys, help teach and mold the younger generation, the younger guards coming up under them. So I don't think he's necessarily done yet, but I do think that he still has some experience and some knowledge to push on to these young players, and I think that's what Mike Malone has in there for.
All right. Coming up on the next slate of games the next day, excuse me, we got the Raptors on the 25th Friday. We got the Raptors beating the 76ers 115-107. We got the Magic beating the Nets 116-101. We got the Knicks beating the Pacers, some revenge, 123-98. We got Cleveland beating the Pistons 113-101. Hawks beating the Hornets 125-120. And we got the Bulls 133 beating the Bucks 122, which is shocking to me. We'll talk about that in a sec. Rockets beating the Grizzlies 128-108. I believe Ja missed that game. Ja didn't miss that game.
No, he didn't.
He did not miss that game. All right, we got the Lakers beating the Jazz 127-86. We got the Pelicans beating the Trailblazers 105-103. And then we got the Lakers comeback win against the Suns 123-116. We're going to start up top. Raptors beating the 76ers. Where's Joel Embiid when you need him? You want to guess in that game who was the 76ers' highest scorer, leading scorer? Our main man, Kelly Oubre.
I was going to say Kelly Oubre Jr.
Could this spell disaster for the 76ers? Boo out.
I mean, it's early in the season, but based off no Paul George, no Embiid, like, what the fuck, bro? I mean, I'm not shocked. Shit, that team is not good without them two players. Like, they're an okay team playing against another okay team. You know what I'm saying? I like Maxey. Like, Maxey nice. But he's just a guy right now, too. Like, a guy trying to earn his keep right now. He a young, you feel me? A young rising star right now. Like, I don't expect him to be able to, like, even though he did it kind of last year to a degree, I think it's easier to do that when you kind of been hooping. You know what I'm saying? Y'all kind of been meshing throughout the season where you lose a guy like Embiid, but guys are still kind of in rhythm and stuff like this. This is not how you want to start a season. Guys out the lineup, especially key guys like that. Like, now when they come back, now guys lose rotation, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be crazy. This is not ideal for the 76ers. I think they can weather the storm, but still, you don't want to be in a scenario where you're playing a fucking Milwaukee the first round or a fucking Boston first round. You don't want to be in that scenario either. So, like, you need to, you know what I'm saying, try to be a top 4 seed. That should be everybody goal, because if you're not a top 4 seed, you can fuck around and play Boston. Like, first round. Like, that's just the reality.
Mooch.
This isn't good. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Now, like Boab said, they can definitely weather the storm. It's a long game. It's a long season, right? We understand that, but losing to the Raptors, okay, we get it. Not really, but hey, you lose to the Pacers in overtime. You pair that with your superstar saying that he don't want to play back-to-backs, bro. You pair that with another one of the guys that you paid to acquire off season that we know court like that, and now you're essentially putting the success of your team on a young Tyrese Maxey who's still trying to make his waves in the league, and Kelly Oubre Jr. That's not a recipe for success, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And honestly, I don't see it getting any better. I mean, as much as I want the 76ers to be successful, bro, it's hard for me to root for them because, like, injuries, people in and out of the lineup, right? Like, obviously, you're never going to get consistent ball play from the guys that you need to be on the court together. And then once these guys get healthy, like Buap said, like a lot of people are going to be losing rotational minutes, but the chemistry is going to be messed up, right? Like that's 2 games at the beginning of the season where we know teams, where we know guys need to be gelling, where we know offenses need to be gelling, sets need to be gelling, defenses need to be gelling, right? They have to understand how each other plays. So if you can't get Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, and Paul George on the court all at the same time, the chemistry is going to be off, time is going to be off, space is going to be off, everything's going to be off, and they're going to take too much time to get acquainted with each other to where it's going to be too late. So, it's another team, bro, like the Nuggets, where I'm just like, I'm worried about y'all, bro. Like y'all gonna have to figure something out.
I hear you. Let's move on down the road. How the fuck did the Bulls beat the Bucks, boy?
Another team though, right now, I don't know what's going on with this team. Honestly, like Dame and Giannis look good.
That's it.
To me, I think they missing something. I don't know what it is. Obviously, Middleton is, you know what I'm saying, whenever he comes back, like he can help. But like that's another problem with that team. Injuries. They keep getting fucking injured at the wrong times. You don't need a guy like Middleton, who's expected to be the 3rd star on this team, to be missing the start of the fucking season. You want to start out healthy. Everybody's playing. Everybody's, you know what I'm saying, learning each other. This was part of Milwaukee's problem last year. In and out guys, in and out the lineup, no real rhythm. So I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. Because that's not the type of game you still, even without a Chris Middleton, you think they should still win this game. So it's just not a good look right now. And they're currently losing to Boston as we speak. So it's getting what, 1-3 right now? They've probably been beat 1-3.
Well, yeah, probably at the end of it, yeah.
Yeah, but we 1-3.
But I can tell you exactly how they lost this game. That would be turnovers. That would be good defense by the Bulls. You pair that with, Levine, shoot, he's trying to earn some respect, trying to earn the contract that he is so desperately seeking. Kobe White with 35. But just looking at it, right, not only the game, but the box score, right, the final box score, right, the Bucks had, 17 turnovers? 14 turnovers?
14
turnovers. That's definitely not going to get it done. Right? Bulls had 10 steals. Kobe White had 4 of them. That's compared to the Bucks' 5. Yeah, defense. Defense is going to win. Defense is going to win a lot of these guys games when people don't expect it. And I think when you look at the Bucks, right, not only is Chris Middleton being hurting them, but they're not playing good defense. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like they're not playing good defense at all. Right? Transitional defense is bad. Paint defense is bad. They're not good. Like really right now, they're not good right now. Like Giannis looks good, Dame looks good, but everybody else is looking rough, and they look good offensively. But defensively, they are struggling. And the biggest part about the Bucks right now that they need to fix, taking care of the damn ball. They have the troubles that the Warriors have had for the past, 10 years? Turnovers, bro. And a lot of them are self-inflicted. So, and if you're watching the game tonight, that's exactly what's going on, right? The game was tied at one point in time. Turnovers. They got to learn to take care of the ball.
Well, I guess y'all said it all. Lakers come back win against the Suns. What's going on there, Boo?
Another team that can't play no defense. Like Moose said about Milwaukee too, that's their biggest problem right now. They can't stop a cold, like nothing. So when you got guys like Kobe White dropping 35 on you, not to say Kobe not capable, but it's just ain't happen.
Kobe very capable.
Very.
Yeah, he's very capable, but it can't happen. That's the problem. Like it just can't happen. He got to drop 35, but you still beat the shit out the Bulls type deal. So same thing with Phoenix. They can score a lot of points and they can score fast, but at the end of the day, if you just force them to play in a half-court setting, they can't stop you. Then they get cold offensively because they don't really have any great ball movement on that team. It's a lot of ISOs, even steal, which is basically what they're going to be. An isolation team. You have 3 isolation players. Tyus Jones was a good addition, but, I still didn't. It's only so much he can do. It's like they steal who they is. They isolation players. They're not players slashing and cutting. None of them players do that. KD's not a backdoor, let me meet me at the rim, alley-oop guy. No, he's not doing these things. So that's just what it is with Phoenix. They get tough buckets and they play no defense.
A few things that's wrong with Phoenix. Number one, they're soft. I'm not even gonna lie to you, they're soft. They're soft offensively and they're soft defensively. Number two, again, they are another team that, for the life of them, cannot stop turning the ball over. Number three, they're small. They're very small. When you roll out with Kevin Durant, Tyus Jones, Yusuf Nurkic, right, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker, why is KD your biggest guy in the floor? That's a problem, bro. And when you go up against a healthy Anthony Davis, come on, bro. You Nurkic, and that's on defense and offense. There's nothing offensively that Nurkic can do that's going to frustrate or confuse Anthony Davis. And we know that Nurkic isn't good enough defensively to handle Anthony Davis, which is why he went off for 35 points. Turnovers, they're soft and they're small. Lakers caught on to that. And after that, it was the LeBron James, Anthony Davis show. It was over after that. All right, we pair that with Austin Reeves, pairing it for remembering how to play basketball this season. Yeah, right. It's a recipe for success. And they have a really good rookie in Dalton Connect. I think that's his name. Another one of them white boys who's just absolutely crazy, fearless, right? Poised. Will take the big shot, right? Plays good defense, gets out in transition. Like, yeah, the Lakers understood that. And when you go against a smaller Suns team, that's what you get, bro. And they really didn't do anything to address their defensive needs, which was their problem last year.
Agreed. Moving on to Saturday, the 26th. We got a full slate of games. Let's jump into them. No surprise, Boston beats the Pistons 124-118. We got the Clippers getting their first win, 109-104 over the Nuggets. We got Cleveland beating Washington Wizards 135-116. We got the Heat beating the Hornets 114-106. We got Timberwolves beating the Raptors 112-101. We got the Grizzlies beating the Magic 124-111. We got Thunder beating the Bulls 114-95. We got Spurs beating the Rockets 109-106. Suns beat the Mavs 114-102. And then we got the Lakers beating the Kings 131-127. Clippers first win. James Harden 23.16 assists. Mulich, drop the knowledge.
Hey, this is what they needed, right? I think this is what they were expecting with Kawhi being out, and understandably so. You need, big play from James Harden, but I think the bigger star here was, Norman Powell. Understanding his role from last year was a really big player coming off the bench for them, and understanding that when he's called upon, then he can step up in big times and big numbers. So, him with that, with the connection of James Harden, I think really plays a really big part of it. Plays a really big part in it. It's crazy because again, the Nuggets, man, this is the scary part. I think that Boo-Wop was talking about earlier when we were talking about the Nuggets is when you have a superstar effort from Jokic, dropping 41, right? And you even pair that with Jamal Murray with a 22-piece, and you still lose. So now it's like you're going to need, like we said, Porter's going to need to step up. He's going to need to be consistent, right? Because he's looking for another payday after this upcoming season. So it's, to me, I'm not going to say the players lost that game. I'm going to say Ty Lue won that game by the way he coached. And you can tell in specific moments where he's clogging the paint so Jokic can push it out because he understands that Porter's having a rough shooting day, right? He understands that the Nuggets as a whole are having a rough shooting day because they're not really shooting that well from the perimeter. So understanding that, we're going to let Jokic get what he gets, but at the same time, make it frustrating for these guys to shoot, especially when you don't have a guy that's more consistent on the perimeter in KCP. So I think they came down to a true chess match between the two, and I think Ty Lue won. And it's gonna this is gonna be an interesting battle going down the line.
What?
That's a
great question. I mean,
yeah, that was a great question. I'm not gonna lie.
These teams, because he keeps going to these fucking injury-riddled ass teams. Like,
also a good point.
You know what I mean? Like, you go play with KD coming off the Achilles injury. You know what I mean? A guy like Kyrie.
Fuck that. It don't even last long. So why are we talking about it?
I'm just
the nigga be there for a week and then he go right back to being a third fiddle.
How the fuck he be the third fiddle?
Because that's what he is. He's always a third fiddle. It's always a ghost in front of his ass.
Bro, that's why he left, bro.
So it's a scripper or something. Some shit.
He can leave as many teams as he wants, but why? The ghost ain't going nowhere. It's always going to be in front of him.
If I'm coming to a team to be like the second or the third option, then I wind up being the first option due to whatever reason. And then I'm not even on that. Like, them not even my expectations. I'm trying to be the number 2 piece. Why do I got to keep being the number 1?
Then he come out in Philly saying that he could still do it. See, I got buckets. I get buckets. But I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. James Harden was in it when he was in it, but now when he don't need to be in it, he's not in it.
He just proved it. When he's the guy, he can still do what he do.
What happened in the playoffs? Where was he the guy at?
What you mean? What happened in the playoffs?
Where was he the guy at?
Man, he was solid.
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid never got me a finals.
I mean, he still didn't shoot that well though last night or the other night. So there is that.
Jason Tatum
Jason Tatum won.
was solid.
Yeah, with the finals.
You got a finals. You just said being solid never got you a finals. You're a goddamn lie.
And I just said
solid, and he got you a finals.
And I just said Jason Tatum. His name is not Jalen. His name is not James Harden.
You can be
We're
solid.
talking about James Harden. See, Troy said this. Troy gonna go back to being quiet because Troy want to get through the show, so Troy can go back to sleep. All right. But Troy said this a couple of weeks ago. You always got to throw somebody else's name in the conversation. But why can't we just talk about James Harden?
Why
Tatum got to come into it? Why Tatum got to come into it?
You gotta stop trying to penalize this guy.
No, I'm not trying to penalize nobody. I'm just responding to what Mel said. It's a plus side to it, and there's a negative side to it. He don't last in that position long. That's all I said. The nigga be the man for a week and back down to the fourth fiddle the next week.
How don't he don't though? Like I'm saying, how he don't? How he don't?
Because he don't. Listen, this nigga got a one-way ticket out of every team he play on. I don't want to hear it. He be off the Clippers soon too. Like you said, he keep going to these teams. This is really, if I ain't signed up for this shit, I gotta get out of here. Nigga about to go to the Knicks and play with Cat.
And he gave him that bread. Ain't too many other places though he can go either though.
You're gonna end up on the Pistons. You won't have to be the man there.
Like they need some experience, nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. They need some experience.
Situation where he at home, like where would he go? Nowhere. It don't make sense to leave.
The T-Wolves.
The Wolves will be a good spot, yeah. Him and yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm just still saying like it's not that many places though. Like that'd be like the only other place I go, something like that, Timberwolves or fucking.
I know he works in New York, Mel. That's why I said it.
Man.
All right.
He liked to go anywhere where there's beautiful women. So I don't know if there's beautiful women in Minnesota. Y'all gonna have to let me know about that. But you feel me? I think he goes to the places where the women be at, right? Like he ain't like OKC, so he went to Houston.
I'm pretty sure women in Minnesota, but
I'm gonna go to the
more like that is more the scenery. Like they got the scenery that's gonna attract him. I don't believe they do. I ain't saying that it ain't some places out there that he'll probably enjoy, but like overall, like nah, I don't know.
Last time I went to Minnesota, it was cold.
Especially when you spend most of your career in a city like Houston. You feel me? And then you go to Brooklyn. Now you in LA. I mean, with Philly and then LA, but it's like, you feel me? Like,
see?
I don't know how that Minnesota gonna treat him.
He was where all the women was. Like I said, I don't know how the women look in Minnesota, but hey, Ant-Man seem to be doing pretty good out there. So
shit, I think James Harden though still got like 2 to 3 more.
I don't want that beard nowhere near the Bay Area. Keep his ass the 9 hours away that he is. Okay, yes. Don't bring your ass up north, bro, at all. Stay your ass out there.
All right, going to another game. Phoenix beating the Mavs. Luka dropped 40 in this game. Hit him with a 40 piece. Couldn't get the dub. Mulich, how you feel about that?
Hey, that was tough. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You drop 40 and you still don't get the dub. That can be rough. But I mean, hey, KD with 31, Book with 22, or with 21, right? I mean, it's kind of hard to when you go duo for duo, you kind of see, right, what happens when the others don't really kind of step up, right? So Luka drops 40, Kyrie drops 22, Clay has 19, but where are you getting everything else at? Right? Looking at the Phoenix side, KD 31, Book 21. Like I said, Nurkic, remember that he's a basketball player, professional basketball player, comes with 18. You got done with
you don't just get punched in the face.
right? You know, he just don't get punched in the face and stuff like that. So when you have the others that can step up in ample times, it definitely helps. But one thing I will say about the Mavericks is I'm really disappointed in their defensive drop from the middle of the playoffs to the finals to now, right? Like looking at how their defense was coming out of the trade deadline and how they went from legitimately one of the worst defenses in the league to the best, and how that goes all the way downhill in the finals. Because really, they just got picked apart by Joe Mazzulla. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I'm thinking that with Lively, with Gafford, right, with the size that they have, especially on the inside, like they should be able to put up a better defensive fight. But I think the problem ultimately comes with perimeter defense, and Kyrie and Luka's lack thereof. Right, we can't just rely on PJ Washington, and even now Klay Thompson, right? Because he's a really good perimeter defender. But you're not going to just be able to rely on Klay Thompson and PJ Washington and Maxi Kleber, right? You're going to need some defense from Luka and Kyrie, and I think with that being the problem last year in the playoffs, something got to give.
Moving on to Sunday, we had another slate of games. Not too many, so I think 5 games. We had Philly beating the Pacers 118-114. We had the Trailblazers beating the Pelicans 125-103. We had the Nets beating the Bucks 115-102. Thunder beating the Hawks 128-104. And the Clippers beating the Warriors 112-104. Boo up, 112-104. Andrew Wiggins, 29 points.
Who?
Andrew Higgins.
Oh, I thought you said Andrew Wiggins. I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Well, he was flying with some wings that night, nigga. It might have been Andrew.
Oh,
Draymond Green dropped 2 points. 2 points. Mulich, how you feeling about your team right now?
I mean, it was a really good game until Steph got hurt, rolled his ankle twice. So obviously you got to get him out the game. Can't allow him to continue on the road ankle, especially after he goes to the locker room. So that was obviously a tough blow. Once you lose your guy, especially the main guy, it's hard to kind of really recuperate off that. They tried. Andrew Wiggins had a really solid offensive showing, but the main thing about it is, honestly, bro, is we're going to need more from Jonathan Kuminga. He wanted to be looked at as a max player, wanted to be paid as a max player in this offseason. Didn't want to take the $150 million deal. He wanted to wait out for a $200 million deal, max deal. So you're going to have to play like it. You can't have offensive showings like this on a consistent basis. And I understand that there's a lot of people in the lineup. We understand how Steve Kerr likes to run his lineups. But if you're going to be looked at as a top player in this league, if you want to be looked at as a guy who is worth the max, then you're going to have to play like it. It's going to have to come at a more consistent level. I do think that Kuminga and Moody need to have more minutes than Brandon Podimski. I understand the role that he's playing, but if you're looking for a different level of scoring, then you got to get your scores in the game. But overall, I think we win that game if Steph stays healthy, because they were playing well enough to win the game. But hey, yeah, shit happens. Now we got to prepare to play without Steph for I'm assuming 3 to 4 weeks possibly. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of soul searching and a lot of ball players being found within that time period.
Yeah, just sucks again. We right, like getting robbed of, especially players like Steph, the KDs, the Bronze. It's their twilight years, right? We don't want to see these guys get hurt. We want to see these guys playing as many games they can play. We understand their importance to their teams right now. So Golden State already like being, like this new version of themselves, right? Without a long time cornerstone piece in Klay Thompson. You know what I'm saying? Now you're losing Steph for a month. It's just not ideal. You know what I mean? Like, so in a tough conference, right? The West, we know what that is. You can't afford to miss them type of games right now, early in the season. And I know one way you could look at it is, well, rather it happened early than later on, but like injuries are injuries. They just suck whenever you do them.
Yeah, rather than not happen at all, right?
Yeah, like that's the best scenario, right? Like, so hopefully everything turn around for Steph and the Warriors. We'll see. It's a long season still, though.
All right, I'm gonna complete the games of the start of the season there. We do got some games going on today, but we ain't gonna talk about those. I want to get into some injuries. I want to know from you. I'm gonna start with you, Buwap. Most shocking injuries so far at the beginning of the season.
I mean, I'm trying to think outside of that Steph, like that's to me the biggest one, possibly. Who else is out? Zion out still, right?
No, Zion's playing.
Zion's back. Okay. Kawhi's Kawhi. Like Embiid. It's like I don't know. Honestly, I would probably say the most impactful one probably be Steph right now, because we know he's pretty much everything to Golden State right now.
And there's a lot of injuries, but it's been guys that's been out. Some of them like KCP's been out since last year. You got Bogdanovich, Ben Simmons is going to take it easy. Max Strus is still out. Max Kleber is still out. Kawhi Leonard, PJ Tucker, Jared Vanderbilt, Christian Wood, just Ja Morant's out again.
Mm-hmm.
That's a name that you guys didn't bring up. Ja Morant got, tweaked it again.
The Pacers lose James Wiseman to a non-contact Achilles injury.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough to see.
Chris Middleton being out, DeAndre Murray getting hurt.
Porzingis still, he's still out.
Paul George, Embiid missing some time.
RJ Barrett would play tonight, I believe.
It's really not no shocking shit though. Like most of these players stay injured. Like they either injured, nicked up, whatever.
Josh Okogie.
And if they ain't somebody, it's rotational players, like people that could matter, but like aren't necessarily making or breaking you either.
We had DeJounte Murray out for 4 to 6 weeks with a broken hand.
That's a good one. That's a good one, because that was what, game one he did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Murray broke his hand. Yeah.
Which is a tough blow for them because he's already been helping them look a lot better. So I think for me, that'll probably be it. I'm not really too surprised about Steph and, ankle injuries. He battled them early on in his career. I knew that he was going to end up battling them late in his career just because age, evolution does catch up to you. So there's that. We've seen Bron battle his share of injuries, ankle injuries, foot injuries last year as well. So, as age comes, that's what's going to happen. But, I think the most shocking to me was DeJounte. He was honestly having such a good game, too, before that happened. So it was kind of crazy to see. And like I said, he's helped that team a lot, so much already. So yeah, I think I'm going with that one.
All right, and it only was those main, I think, 3 players that got injured this year, 2 to 3. All right, so we're gonna switch over to closing out the show. I want the team you're most impressed by so far, Blue Out.
I'm gonna go with the Thunder. I really like what they're doing. They could have been a young team, kind of did or still doing what the team that I'm probably least impressed with, which would be the Kings. Like, they're doing what I thought the Kings would be doing right now, which is capitalizing off of that great year they had and, getting to the playoffs and starting to kind of like inch their way up to this ladder in this Western Conference, right? But they then took a few steps back, and right now with their 0-2 to start the season. So I'm looking at the Thunder. They coming out and they're really like showing the league that they're for real. Like, they're not a joke. Like, they're looking like the best team, and it's possibly going to be the best team in the Western Conference. So again, like they were last year, up until the playoffs, obviously. But Shea looks incredible. Chet looks incredible. That defense looks great. That team looks very scary. And shout out to them.
Mulich.
Team I'm most impressed with right now is honestly the Cavs. Starting off 4-0, which a lot of people probably didn't think they were going to do. But it's the play of the guards. You got Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell finally looking like they can be taken seriously as 2 top dynamic guards in that respective conference. So, it's never easy getting a new coach, especially losing one like JB Bickershire who had them successful. So you bring in, Kenny Atkinson, and the team obviously has to adjust. So doing that, I think they're doing pretty well. Like I always say, we understand it's a long ass season, but as of right now, I'm thoroughly impressed. They're playing very, very well.
All right, and which team are you which team are you least impressed with? Least impressed, Mulich.
I'm gonna go ahead and piggyback off what Buab said and say Sacramento. Looking at the acquisitions that they made in the offseason, the money that they spent, you're definitely supposed to be better than where you're at. You have guys like De'Aaron Fox that are betting on themselves, right? We talked about this early on a few weeks ago on a show, saying that hey, if you're going to bet on yourself, then you got to be looked at in that upper echelon of guards. You have to be separate yourself from the middle of the pack and leap and excel to that to the top of the ladder. So starting off like this isn't a good look. It's not going to help your case at all. So hopefully they figure it out. Like it's a long ass season, so hopefully they get it together. I know Mike Brown's not going to accept this for this long, but when you got those guys, right, DeMar DeRozan, De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, and even Malik Monk, you can't start off like this, right? You got to be looked at, and you got to be taken. If you want to be taken seriously as a top team in the West, especially considering how competitive the West is going to be this year, you got to put on a better show, and that starts by not losing open tonight, and not allowing the Lakers to come back. So, I'm definitely at least impressed by the Kings right now. I definitely thought they would start off a lot better.
What?
Like you said, I was my team. I was going to choose Just a little disappointed right now from what I'm seeing. Honestly, like again, you think a trio like that would just still be a little bit more. They not playing bad, I guess, right? Because they lost 2 close games, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but I just think like
they should be playing a lot better.
You should be a little bit better, and you should just beat the Lakers. Like I just feel like those are the type of teams that you have to beat. That those are like those little. Yeah, that's a veteran team. Yeah, they got Brian, they got AD. They nice.
Mm-hmm.
But it's our time. Like it needs to be that. Like it got to be that for these players. It can't keep being, we just cool with competing, like making in the game. No, we gotta beat them. That's we circling them games. Like that's just gotta be that mentality.
Most impressed by Boston. You heard what I said. You heard what I said.
Thanks, bro.
To come back to this comment, yeah, I seen Ben Simmons pull yet another Ben Simmons. Yeah,
he is.
How he pulling Ben Simmons if the team said he ain't gonna play? Y'all niggas be out here wailing. We'll watch Westbrook when you need him. Least impressed by. I mean, it just is hard because everybody injured. So, but I'm gonna say the Bucks. I know I said a couple of weeks ago that I thought the Bucks was gonna come out strong. I think I said they had Dame. This is gonna be their chance to get back. Giannis needs another chip. Fuck Chris Middleton was my exact words. Same sentiment all the time. But yeah, I would say I'm kind of a little unimpressed by the Bucks right now and their ability to keep losing. With having the best or one of the best players in the league in Giannis Antetokounmpo. Can't really say Phoenix would be another one for me. But they're just a disappointment to me overall as a whole.
They are currently losing right now to the Lakers, 31-17.
I would say the Lakers, but my real pick would be most impressed, and the most impressed by would be the Lakers right now, coming out 3-0. People trying to figure out whether they're sending Bronny to the G League or not.
Yeah, and honestly, if they're for real, if they're going to stay this consistent or not.
Yeah, or they're going to fall off the fucking cliff. We will see.
Well, hey, they did it before. Started 10-0, and then
down the drain they went.
Yeah, so hey,
you ever watch that cartoon back in the 90s with the damn thing and be like, y'all want to go down the hole and flush them down the toilet? The fucking name is that shit. I want to go down the hole.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the good. You never watched that shit?
I swear I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember.
You niggas say, I want to go down the hole. Then you flushing me and come back. Like, I want to go down the hole again. Like, excuse me, motherfucker. You just be flushing this nigga down the toilet. It's a cartoon, bro. But yeah, that's where they headed. The Bucks, the Lakers, they all headed down the hole. Ooh, I said, what the fuck was y'all watching out there? Y'all gotta forgive me. Who I grew up in Chirac. He don't got Tony the Tiger. He got Tony the Hammer Puller. Tony on the box with the gun like, fuck you mean? Tony, put it down. Nah, I go everywhere with it. You can't be caught out here without it.
Say they great.
He don't even say they great, nigga. It shoots. Excuse me, Tony. It shoots. Like Tony, chill out, Tony, a thug. But yeah.
For no reason.
Keep your eye on the Lakers. Keep your eye on Nuggets. Keep your eye on the Bucks. And that's my top 3. Keep your eyes on for the week. Final thoughts.
I know what it is, man. We're gonna see y'all throughout the week. except Thursday because it's Halloween. So happy early motherfucking Halloween. Will not be a show on Thursday, but I will drop a promo video previewing for next week's show. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Inside the Huddle will go on as planned. So make sure you guys tap in for that. And I'm pretty sure Gentlemen's Talk got a really dope round of 32 for y'all planned this week. But hey, surprises. But make sure you guys like, subscribe. We almost there. We growing. We building. Don't get left behind. We'll see y'all next week.
Don't get left behind. Boo, our final thoughts.
Man. Week 1, pretty interesting. A lot of injuries. A lot of, flat basketball to start the season, which to be expected. But yeah, I'm very much still intrigued to see what this season gonna turn out to be. So yeah, definitely tune in to all the shows. And you already know, man. See y'all Monday.
See y'all Monday. I just want to say one thing before I'm gonna press this end button. So if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't.